Well, here we are doing a comparison of three different General Electric watt-hour meters: the type I-10 and the type I-14. I-14 metal covered and an I-14 glass covered. I have the glass covered one often connected because you can easily see the insides of the meter. Some of these things still have an intact old seal on them, which I'm not really prepared to break just to get in to look and see what's inside. Now, the General Electric type I-10, which is the one on the left, was manufactured in the time period of 1909 to 1913. The GE I-14, which is the black metal one in the middle, and the glass covered one to the right, were manufactured in the period of 1913 to 1927. Now, the earliest I-14s and other meters were painted black inside, and later ones that came out were painted silver inside, including the magnets. Now, the ones that were painted silver inside were temperature compensated, which these older ones were not really compensated. However, these types of meters were always located inside. However, they could be in sheds and outbuildings and so on. Could still be plenty cold and subject to extremes of heat and cold, but no moisture, of course, got into them. Now, I'm just going to move the camera a little closer to the type I-10, and you can see that it is turning, because again, I'm using my standard 1300 watt incandescent lamp load that I've used in all my previous demonstrations. Now, this particular meter is only a free dial register, which all the smaller size meters for residential loads only had free dials at that period in time. Now, there is an I-10 with a 4-dial register into it, which has a 25 amp rating, and that was used for places that had much larger loads. Now, I move the camera over to the metal covered I-14 in the middle, and you can see the disc turning with a black mark going by the window in the front. I-14s are probably perhaps the most common antique meter that show up. They're somewhat like Model T Fords. They're not extinct. There were too many of them made. There's still quite a few of them out there. Anyway, for a look at what's inside the I-14, we'll move over to the glass covered one, and it again just has the standard turning disc in the middle with the two retarding magnets, one on either side. And again, as in the older meters, inside the rear top is the potential coil, or the main motor coil, and in the bottom behind the rear is the current winding. Now, these meters are rated at 10 amp, but they were used on 30 amp services. So the I-14 had a KH of 0.6, or 66 2/3. Now, the later I-16 meter, which I'm not showing in this particular demonstration because I only have room for 3 meters. It was manufactured from 1927 to 34, and basically what they had done with it was eliminated the studs that held the cover on, and also they cut the speed of the disc to just 1/2, which made it more useful for heavier loads. Anyway, that's a subject for yet another video. There's only the type I-16 that shows up until 1934, and after 1934, that's when they went into the standard bottom connected and socket connected meters. The I-20 was only the I-16 repackaged, had exactly the same parts and pieces and so on. Anyway, that's about all that I can say for these 3 particular meters. And just for those of you who may not have seen the loading system that I use for these demonstrations, I just swing the camera around again to my 1300 watt incandescent lamp load. So again, I hope you find these interesting. The later meters are not quite as interesting as some of the real old ones, but we have a good representation of everything from about 1888 to the present day. Thank you for watching.